Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to walk you through enabling shared key authentication at Bluehost. Now, this tutorial is specifically for Bluehost, but this would work on any shared cPanel hosting service. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enable SSH Access on our account. Now, you're going to go to, after you log in your Bluehost account, you're going to go to cPanel here. And that will bring up your cPanel, believe it or not. And you are going to head down to the security section. Now the security section is right here near the bottom, and you see this icon SSH shell access. So we're going to open that up. And it will open this other screen, and there's two key steps here. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to turn on our SSH access, basically enable it on the account. And the second thing is we need to add our keys to that account. So the first thing we're going to do is manage SSH access. And you can see right here, right now it says no shell access. So I'm going to turn that on. Real shell is fine, it's the only option, but it works great. Click submit. All right, so we've got a success message here. It's been turned on successfully. Now we're going to go back and add our keys. So we're going to go to manage SSH keys. Now, if you're not familiar with how shared key authentication work or what SSH keys are, I'll link to a separate video that explains that really well. For now, what we're going to do is we are going to go to our computer that I've got set up here, and we're going to open terminal, and this is where we're going to find our shared key. There are a couple of different ways you can launch terminal. The quickest is just to launch Spotlight and type terminal, and that will open up a prompt. Now what we want to do is we want to find our shared key. The default path for that and what it's going to be for most users is the SSH directory that I just navigated to there. You can see I have two files here. I have the IDRSA file and I have the IDRSA.pub file. We never want to share the IDRSA file. That's our public, that's our private key. We want to keep that a secret, but our public key is the key that we're going to import into the Bluehost cPanel. So to find the contents of the pub key, we're just going to cat idrsa.pub. I must have a typo there. I do. Cat idrsa.pub. And you can see it outputs this big string of characters. And all we're going to do is copy that. We're going to go back to Bluehost, and we're going to choose to import that key. Now, you can put a name here. It's not required. The only reason you would use a name here is if you were adding a whole bunch of different keys and you wanted to have unique labels for each of them. So we'll call this one WP Site Care Test, and we're going to put this public key into the public key text box, and we're going to click import. And we've successfully imported the key. Now there's one more thing we need to do before we're going to be able to connect. We need to go to manage authorization. You can see right now it says status not authorized. I'm going to go to manage authorization, click authorize, and it says that the WP Site Care Test pub key has been authorized. Now we just need to test it. So we'll go back to our computer here. So now all we have to do is find our username. It's right here on the SSH screen, WP Site C1. So we're going to go back to that. So now that we're in terminal, we're going to try and SSH into Bluehost. So I'm going to do SSH flag P. This is setting the port. This isn't necessary. You don't have to do the /P22, but we'll try it. Old habits die hard. And then WP Site C1 is our username at our domain name. And that should give us, so it said, are you sure you want to continue connecting? We're going to say yes. and it says attempting to create directory. There's a directory there, and you can see that we have a prompt on our server now. So if I do an ls, this is all the files that are on the server itself. I can navigate around the server and see the different things that are there, and we are authenticated without any type of password. The shared key authentication works. So that is our tutorial for the day. This is adding SSH keys to really any cPanel host, any cPanel shared hosting environment, and I hope it was helpful. Have a good day.